Hi, fourth graders. This is Miss Leon. I am coming to you again, and we're going to start talking about thesis statements and essays and writing and things like that. So, when we started our learning, we started writing thesis statements, which is a claim, and then we have the three reasons to support our claim. The first thing we did is we wrote about ice cream, where we said, I love ice cream. And then we gave three reasons why we love ice cream. I love ice cream because there are so many toppings. I love ice cream because there's so many flavors. And I love ice cream because it's refreshing on a hot day. We did that. And then what we did was we said, I love ice cream because there are so many flavors, comma, there are so many toppings, comma, and it's refreshing on a hot day, period. And that was our thesis statement. Then we jumped into building paragraphs, and we used our reasons to help us make a topic sentence for three different paragraphs. So, for example, we said, I love ice cream because there's so many toppings. And then we gave evidence of the different kinds of toppings. We used facts and we used mini stories to help support the idea of so many toppings that you could have for ice cream. So that was a lot of work. But what we're going to do now is we're going to have to transfer that learning again into building a whole essay. So we are going to be making a thesis statement that has three reasons, and then we're going to be using those reasons to make paragraphs about each reason. And we're going to have the evidence in that paragraph to support our reasons. So the first thing I'm going to show you is some of our work that we have done when we did one of our prompts, which was, I love parties. So I'm sharing my screen and you should be able to see I love parties. And we had I love parties because, and you gave me one reason. And then you wrote I love parties here. And then the reason was because there is good food to eat. And then the prompt, I love parties because, and then you gave me your next or your third reason. Then I had you come down and you wrote the prompt, I love parties because, and you gave me the first reason, the second reason, there's good food to eat, and then the third reason that you thought of. And then we went on to support I love parties because, and then you gave me evidence to support that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use what we learned from that lesson and make this into an outline to help us organize our thinking when we are trying to write an essay. So when we use outlines, writers use outlines when planning and organizing their ideas for writing essays. So we're going to use the prompt below, I loved parties, just because we've used it before and we could just look back onto that. We don't have to make all this new learning. So we say, I love parties. And I gave you a thesis with reasons. It says there are games, there is good food to eat, and you can visit with people. So in our first paragraph, we're going to write about the games, right? It says, I love parties because there are games. So I'm going to ask you to write down evidence like facts, different kinds of games, or mini stories about games that you've played when you were at parties that you loved. Then in paragraph 2, it says, I love parties because there's good food to eat. So everything we talk about in the second paragraph is going to be about the food that we eat at parties that's good. You can either give me evidence of specific food that you like to eat at parties, or mini stories about something really good that you ate at a party. And then in the third body paragraph, you're going to talk about the people you can visit at the parties. That's why you love parties. So you can maybe give me evidence of the different people or mini story about seeing people that maybe you haven't gotten to see in a long time at a party. And then at the end, you're going to write your conclusion statement. In conclusion, I love parties because, and then you list each reason that we gave, and each reason's already listed there in the document for you. You just have to restate it. So we're going to work on this outline, and then we're going to just use that to help us begin writing an actual essay. But this is the pre-writing stage where we organize our thoughts and the details that we are going to want to put in our writing before we actually write it.